Welcome to the sound! Today, music teacher is going to introduce yet another friend to the Russian young lady, Diana Ankudinova. And we have a friend of the studio. He's been on Flowering Creativity. He's also been on this show before several times. We have singer, songwriter, and guitarist, Kyle Walz. Welcome,
hey, everybody.
Kyle.
Hey, welcome, man.
All right. So I started getting requests for Diana. And when I watched this video, I loved it so much, it made me tear up. It was so good, so amazing to hear this girl sing. And, you know, this is a live recording. It is just, she's just got this incredibly unique voice. And I was getting these paragraphs, right? These pages of text about why I needed to listen to this girl. And they were totally right. So I'm not going to talk about it too much.
Nice. Okay.
But, you know, she has this voice that somehow, to me, it transcends gender. She has the depth and the sparkle and the shine all at the same time, and the control of the entire system that is just well beyond a girl of this age.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
This will be cool.
So
I can't wait, man. You're setting this up so good, man.
Yeah, actually. And I also had Sarah Olson, my pop singer friend.
Oh, yeah.
And she reacted to this, and she loved it. She loved it. Here we go, everybody. We have Kyle's first time reaction to Diana Ankudinova, Wicked Game Live.
The world was on fire, and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I need somebody like you. I never dreamed that I need somebody like you. Class. What wicked game to play?
Oh, that's so.
To make me feel this way. What wicked thing to do? To let me dream of you. What wicked thing to say? You never felt this way. What wicked thing to do? To make me dream of you. I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. And no one could save me but you.
That's a cool arrangement of that song too. It's funny, and we were talking about this video, and it didn't hit me till you started the video Wicked Game. I'm like, oh, that Wicked Game. I don't know what I was thinking at first. I've been trying to work on that song a little bit, and to hear her, what she's doing with her voice, it was cool. And I grew up watching Sonny and Cher because I'm older than I look. And it was like, so when I say she kind of has some Cher tonality, I mean that in a very complimentary way, not, trying to, because
She's a contralto like Cher.
yeah. Well, and the way that she shapes the vowels. And I almost wonder, because I know like our sinuses and all this anatomy stuff has a lot to do with how our voices sound tone wise.
Mm-hmm.
But man, as I was hearing it, her shift, like the way she like shapes the sound, it's like almost like she was a shapeshifter or something. I was like, I was trying not to get too sci-fi with it, but I was like, dude, she is just has such a cool tone. Because when you talked about like transcending gender, I had some expectations. Like I said, you're setting this up so good. I did not expect that, man. That was really that was so cool because. And then almost like Jewel, she was almost kind of doing a yodeling thing almost. I mean, it didn't go that far, but man, it was cool the way she's jumping around notes. And, as someone that sings some, like noticing like how she's using vocal registers, going from like head voice. And it seemed like even those high notes, she was still in head voice. Because when I sing the high note of that song, I'm in falsetto. And that was really cool to just kind of slip in. Think about the technical feats she's doing singing, but then more importantly, to just slide into that musical vibe zone. You just slide in, it's like,
Yeah, she was doing overtone singing at the end when she's belting and she's doing all the ahs and stuff.
Okay.
She was totally having additional notes of upper pitch that were coming out above the pitch that she was singing. It's gorgeous.
I think I missed that. So I guess I got so lost into
it's hard to tell what's her and what's the arrangement, to be honest.
Right. And then
it's some of both because there's definitely background vocals in the arrangement. It sounds like her, at least quietly in the background, doing some background vocals with herself. But then definitely live, she was definitely splitting her voice. Like that was apparent as day to me because I practiced that and I'm not great at it. But if you ever want to try that, the easiest way to start is to play with your mouth between the vowels oo and e. So it's like ooh.
Oh wow! I got to try that.
You hear like the little whistle tone on top?
Yeah.
Right? That's a harmonic overtone that's created by the shape of my mouth. If you put your mouth in a certain shape, it creates a certain overtone. Then when you adjust that shape, the tone that you create can morph into a different overtone, higher or lower. And so you can do these micro adjustments with your lips and your jaw that then change the pitches. And she was literally manipulating these overtone melodies while she was manipulating the chest voice melodies.
Yeah.
And the low larynx technique that really allows the depth, but it also, the low larynx also allows a very bright head voice. And so I don't know exactly how the hell she was doing that split.
Yeah.
I'm not that advanced, but
that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like from a voice teacher's perspective, I mean, I want to hear what this chick can do in like 10, 15 years. Oh my God. Oh my God. She is going to be just freaking just phenomenal.
Well, and part of, of course, the theatrics, it's hard. And what I liked about the performance aspect, it was focused on her ability, because part of it, I started thinking about like Bjork and how Bjork sounds, and Bjork is I love Bjork, the way she is so artistic and so singular in her pursuit of what, of her vision with that. And I really enjoyed the singer because instead of going, oh, it's a game show, oh, hey, this and that's going on, I got really wrapped up in the performance. And that's rare for me. I guess I'm bored and jaded sometimes. I'm like, okay, that's a cool video. Oh yeah, that's a cool, just kind of go through something. And it was nice to get that hook to pull you in without like a lot of extra junk going on. I mean, yeah, it had a cool background, but the draw for the audience or for a listener was skill,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really cool to me, and like you mentioned, like what's she going to do in 10, however many years in the future, that will be pretty awesome. I hope that, we get to hear some of that here in the States. That's one of the great things about YouTube is stuff like that we would have never known 20 years ago. Now we can watch it at will,
Yeah, I love finding the music from the best of the music from all over the world, and immersing myself in it because one thing that I noticed being an American, that my music growing up was limited to American and some British here and there, but it was mainly American, right? They don't don't hear music from Indonesia on the radio in America. You know what I mean? You don't hear music from Russia in the music and on the radio in America.
Right.
I mean, maybe like, some, I'm not saying none, but it's just, we're so immersed in this whole, American exceptionalist culture that, one of the things that I love to do on the sound is take a look at what's going on in other places in the world. Back to Diana, just such an incredible singer, just such an intriguing voice, and I've listened to a couple other of her songs. That's by far my favorite so far, but I'm going to keep checking them out.
That's a cool one.
She sings in other languages too. I checked out one in French. It sounded like a native French speaker to me. I mean, I couldn't tell. She's not a native English speaker either. There was that one part where she, instead of saying "what a wicked," she said "what wicked." That was probably the only time where she didn't sound like a native English speaker in the whole song.
And
I am being like seriously like nitpicky. Like when your kid has had lice for 3 months straight, you're like,
get out the clippers.
That's how picky I'm being.
Right. Well, and it's funny. Because it's probably the same spots too, where the reality of this is not an English show, this is a different language, that wasn't even a thought, except for a couple parts. And that's what's always kind of interesting too, getting music from around the world. Because in English, when you sing, like if you're from the UK or Australia, your accent usually doesn't come through. You know what I'm talking about? And it's interesting to hear singers from like, Russia and Germany, France, like you mentioned, are singing in French. What I'm always thinking about when I hear singers from different places is different languages use your body differently to make the sounds for that language. Kind of like in French, and like if you think of classical opera, opera had to be Italian, maybe French, something like that. You shouldn't use German because that's just not a good language. And it took me a long time of thinking about it, and some of the stuff I do in my day job.
There are some great operas in German, but it's much more rare because of the vowels heavy of the Romance languages versus the consonant hardness of the Germanic language. I understand.
Yeah, because like Wagner, the German, you got that basso profundo, that's just right up there, but then and something like French or Italian, it's much more head voice, which is that strong singer. You got your tenor, soprano, and stuff. So I mean, I always like thinking about the aspect of language and the physiology of speaking that language, and then when you go to sing, that's really cool. I always get nerdy on those aspects. That's that's me being me though.
French and Italian and Spanish work really well for classical singing.
Yes.
when you take and you drop your jaw all the way down and like bring like a little bit of ah into everything that you sing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and so you could be singing whatever lyrics would you like, and yeah, 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 right? That
Yeah.
classical kind of vibe to it, and like I like to think of it two ways, like the shape of the mouth / jaw / wind area, the chest, lungs area, the shape, but then also, a way of shading in between vowels to where you add a little bit of one vowel to whatever vowel you're saying, but it's not enough to change it. It's just enough to change the tone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like one thing you can do if you want to brighten, if you want to belt more, is add a tiny bit of E to everything you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? And Floor Jansen taught me it's like you're biting an apple. That's belting mouth, like you're biting an apple. But you don't want your jaw to go forward, because if your jaw goes forward, you're going to bite your lip. So you want to keep your jaw straight down like you're biting an apple, about to bite it.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, I'm going to practice that after this video. Yeah, that's cool.
Notice how it opens up your sinuses more. You'll feel the vibrations more here when you do that belting. And so one of the things I thought back to Diana that I thought was just so incredible, and it's taken me till my third reaction of this song to actually put this into words, is the way that she kept that low larynx depth masculine sound going while belting. And I think that is what created the overtones.
Yeah.
Because with the low larynx sound, you're already opening up your head voice to mix. So you're already, oh, and you can hear that breathy high. That's your head voice on top of your voice. And so if you're then doing the biting your apple, but that's without the low larynx. See, I'm just starting with the neutral larynx. So if I went into it from
I heard it.
Right? Yeah. And then you start to hear that second note there.
Yeah.
She not only created that second note, she was freaking playing with it, moving it around like it was freaking silly putty.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the level of advanced technique that we are talking about here.
Yeah. You explained that so well. That was cool. It was like you took me to school, man. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
I'm a voice teacher, and I've had great teachers. I've had really, really, really great teachers. Brett Manning from Nashville, incredible teacher. You should look him up. This guy's got a 5-octave range. I shit you not. He demonstrates it on a YouTube video. I don't know how he must have had a really good day that day. This guy's awesome. He has a program called Mastering Mix. I've been mimicking it for years, and then since I found Nightwish and Floor, I've been studying Floor's master classes. I've done React videos to all 4 of them so far. Can't wait for Floor's master class number 5, where she's going to get even more advanced than the kind of stuff I was just talking about. So it's so cool to have access to these teachers on YouTube. You know?
Absolutely.
And I mean, these people are world class, and I'm just so grateful.
Awesome.
All right. So everybody, make sure you go to check out Kyle Walz's page. Everybody, he's got lots of great stuff on YouTube. You can find him Kyle Walz on Instagram as well. Yeah, Kyle's a great guy, songwriter, singer, guitarist. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You can leave your comments down below to make suggestions, and patrons get 10 times voting power. So go to patreon.com/Matthews Music License Studio to sign up there, and you can suggest if you want me to react to something, if you want me to cover something. Patrons, like I say, they have the power. I have the power! And make sure you check out my website, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com, and I'll see you guys next time on The Sound!